Hey everybody, it's Hobear, and I'm going to be going from the couch to the Appalachian Trail in under 24 months. The problem is, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay, today's video was actually suggested by my oldest daughter. I know the last video I said that my next video would be a stealth camping video, but I've had 3 attempts and 3 failures on recording that video. I had a technical issue where I had to bail early because everything's collapsed on me. I had a weather issue where halfway there, thunderstorms, dangerous thunderstorms, and then I had a successful camp, except when I got back and looked at the video, there was no audio. So I decided that video is cursed for now, so I'm not going to be doing that video. What I'm doing today, again, my daughter suggested this, is going through the gear that I'm currently carrying, that I currently, when I go on my backpacking trips, that I'm bringing with me. So I'm going to go through that stuff. I know right now there's too much stuff. I'm carrying too much stuff. I need to cut down on what I'm carrying, but I also going to need to make sure that I'm carrying what I need versus what I want and try to get that weight down. So stick with me here and we're going to go through all my stuff. I'm actually going to pack it into my backpack and show you how it all fits. So you've seen some of the stuff that I carry, and I had a couple trips already where I showed you my tent, and I showed you some other stuff, but I'm going to go through what I'm carrying, why I'm carrying it, and why I pack it the way I do. I'm still going with my current backpack. I still have a new backpack that I want to try out, but I have yet to do that, and I don't know what's going to pack out. With the past month or so, I haven't been able to get out to do any true backpacking or hiking. Like I said, tried a couple times on the stealth camp, failed on that, and busy with work and just general life. Haven't been able to get backpacking, but here in the next week or so, I'm hoping to go on at least a 2-nighter, maybe a 3-nighter, but at least a 2-nighter here. And so I'm packing up my backpack now for that. So where I'll start with is the stuff on the table, and then how I'm going to pack it in. So over here we have my tent, my ground cloth. We'll start with that. This is my ground cloth. This is what goes directly on the ground. My tent is set up on. It's a sheet of Tyvek, stuff you wrap your house in when before you put on the siding. It's a moisture barrier, and it's really nice because it avoids damage to the bottom of the tent. Something pokes through. It's not going to poke through this, so it shouldn't poke through the tent. It also has an extra layer of protection between me and the ground. And so this goes down first, and then there's my tent. I saw my tent in the first packing video. And underneath that is my sleeping bag. Just because it's a smaller picnic table here, I have these 3 things over here out of the way. And those actually technically are some of the last things to be packed up, because of course I'm taking stuff out of my tent, packing it up, and moving on. So, and how you want to pack the backpack that I've learned, again, I know I'm not an expert, and I state quite clearly I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but the way my understanding from watching other videos and just applying what I feel is common sense is you want to put the weight of the backpack on your hips, on your lower back. You have a strap here, you have a strap here. You don't want it weighing down on your shoulders. You want it weighing kind of down on your back. So you tend to try to, my understanding, put the heavier stuff and the stuff you don't need right away on the bottom, and you work up from there. So truthfully, the last thing I put in is my sleeping bag, because I don't roll it up, I tuck it in. So we'll get to the order of things, but what I want to go over, what I have here is, this is substituting for a food bag, because I wasn't packing up a bunch of food just to bring out here and shoot this video. And this is my spare clothes bag, and also my pillow at night. So the night before I bed down, I change my clothes into what's in here. I have an extra pair of socks, just extra clothes. Put the clothes I'm currently wearing on, put them in here, and this is my pillow. And I said this is subbing for my food bag, so just getting that out of the way right away. And then I also have a sit pad Fort Walton Beach Vikings. My daughter went to high school there. And it's a seat cushion, just something I can kneel on without getting my knees wet, or sit if when I build a fire, sit on when I'm not sitting directly on the ground if I can't find a log or anything like that. So this stuff's going to go over here for now, and we'll move on to next. What I have here, let me put my remote down. What I have here is a pair of gloves, a pair of leather gloves. I'll be gathering firewood and rocks and stuff, and my tender little hands that are used to typing instead of bushcrafting. I've got a pair of leather gloves here, and then I also have a pair of, I guess they're bicycling gloves. I don't know. I like them. They're for if I'm using my trekking poles to avoid blisters. Again, I haven't used my trekking poles yet except for the tent. I got to get into using those because I will definitely need them on the longer hikes. And again, with my tender hands, don't want to get blisters because blisters are a misery. So that's what I have there. And then of course I have my trekking poles right here. These, as you might have seen, these also double as my tent poles for my tent. Since I've got to be carrying them anyway for my tent, I'm going to start using these, like I said, especially when I start doing the longer, more in-depth hikes. So that's there. And then, of course, I have my tent stakes. These are the ones that came with it. They're very light, aluminum, tough. And then I've added two more, just because they break, especially with the rocky conditions that I've been experiencing on my my last two hikes. So I have two of those, or I have two extra of those plus those. And then moving on, this is my my solid waste processing package, my poo bag. And my poo bag's my blue bag. So that's, I'm not going to show what's in there. It's got the normal toiletries that one might need for pooing in the woods. So I got that. I have my compass. I have apps with maps and compass on my phone, but you never know when that's going to die. I'm going to couple this with topo maps that I'll be getting for the areas I'll be hiking. And when I do the AT, there's a whole book on the entire trail with topo maps, and that combined with this is basically my backup navigation in case something happens to my batteries or whatever. And to go along with that just in case mode, I have my whistle, and I know it sounds kind of silly, but fall down, break a leg, fall off the trail, 3 short bursts of this every couple minutes, and whistles have saved lives for through hikers and long trail hikers. So definitely wanted the whistle. I had it, put it on a lanyard, and that, and then a little small light, just as a separate light to look at my compass if I need to. So moving on, I already covered this. What I have up front here, I hope you can see that, but this is my water purification. This is just a Sawyer Squeeze, and this is the squeeze bag that comes with it. You fill it up, screw it on here, and then you can squeeze it into the bottle, or you can fill up a bottle with dirty water or unpurified water, squeeze it into a bottle. So take that with me, because apparently every creek and river and lake and whatever is completely infested with whatever. So it was a small investment, and might as well. And then right now I'm carrying 2 1.5 liter bottles of water that again can be refilled with Sawyer. The Sawyer does fit screw on these bottles well, so making it perfect. I believe I'm carrying too much water. I believe the weight that I'm carrying in water right now is too much from what I see. Most people carry 1 liter bottle. I'm not comfortable doing that just yet. I'm still so new, and right now I want to carry this. So this might reduce, and I just recently got this carrying system because it was always on my back. Can't reach it. Have to take my backpack off to get water. So next hike I have, I'll have it hanging here, hanging from my my belt or something. But I'll have, because last time I really should have drank my water better. So, but that's that there. And then right here I can carry some Gorilla Tape. This is good for bandages. This is good for fire starter. I don't think I brought my, yeah, I did. This is good for bandages. This is good for fire starter. It's good for gear repair. It's just a great tape overall in general. I'm a big fan of the Gorilla Tape, and this is just a roll that I carry. And that goes with my my bag of cordage. And what's in here, if I can get it open, is got some bank line. Could be used for any number of things. I carry some paracord, a couple carabiners. There's an alternate way of hanging up my tent, or I'm sorry, not hanging up my tent, but there's an alternate way of setting up my tent instead of using the trekking poles. My only complaint about this tent, and I love this tent, my only complaint is there's a pole there, and anytime I climb in or out, I tend to bump that pole. So there's an alternate way of hanging a tent that I'm going to explore next time. It's basically with a line between two trees. And then I also have my bear bag. And what this is and I'll show this in an upcoming video, but bears smell food. Bears come to food. If you've got your food in your tent, which I did the past 2 times, I had my food right in my camp. Bear smells it, comes, wants to eat the food, scares me, I scared a bear, bear's going to win. So this is a way of hanging up my food from a tree where the bear can't get to it, and it's away from where I'm camping, and it's just the overall safety thing, and these are required on the Appalachian Trail. If not a bear canister, which I don't feel like lugging around a bear canister. It's this big old jar of plastic that you put your food in. I really don't want to have to deal with that. So one of these videos that'll be coming up, I will show you, as I learn, how to hang my food away from the bars. So next I have, and this actually goes in my pocket. I don't know why I set it up there, but I might as well reach for it and get it. But this is my phone when I have my phone when I'm recording, because I use the GoPro, which is being used right now. But I also have a phone in my pocket. It takes great pictures. I can be videoing and take pictures, or the battery dies as it did on my first hike. I can switch over to recording on my phone. And it's a little tripod. I really don't use the tripod part of it that much, but it's a nice handle, nice little, I can hold it in my hand, and my phone clips in there, and it's perfect. So this actually goes in my pocket, and I'll put this in my pocket pile. Next thing we're going to do is going to move over to my electronics section here. And the first thing, I'll get it out of the way, is the weirdest thing that I bring, and an absolute necessity for me. I have tinnitus, very bad tinnitus. Back in the 80s, they didn't have sound blocking volume headphones, and as a teenager, I cranked it to 11 and just blew out my ears, and now I have constant ringing in my ears, which during the day really doesn't bother me too much. I usually have something, music or something playing, and it doesn't seem to bother me too much when I'm hiking, because as you're walking, of course, vibration goes through the ear. But I cannot sleep without a fan in my bedroom or white noise. So this is an eye mask, because I also can't wear headphones while I'm sleeping. I can wear headphones, but when I'm sleeping, they pop out. So this is an eye mask that also has speakers in the ears, and I play white noise through my phone. This connects via Bluetooth, and put this on, and I've used the last 2 hikes. And this is actually my wife's. I got it for her, that she didn't like it, that I stole back from her. But yeah, put on the sleeping mask. Look like a complete idiot, but I sleep like a baby. I don't know how safe it is for me to be doing this in the woods, but unless I can carry a fan or something, it seemed like the best solution. It's lighter than the speaker, and it works perfectly. So, yep, dumb thing to talk about, my eye mask slash white noise generator. The next thing is, of course, battery bank. I got this one cheap at Walmart. It's not as many milliamp hours as they advertised. I take this, I could probably get 2 nights charging my phone and my iMask with it, but it was put out as a 20,000 milliamp hour, and I'm pretty sure it's about a 10. So this will be something that'll be replaced pretty soon. It's working for me right now on the single overnights. It'll probably work for me on my double overnight, but if I go triple overnight, I think I'm going to be in trouble power-wise. So, and then I have a set of headphones wrapped in a thing for if I'm sitting around and want to listen to music. I really don't want to be listening to music walking down the trail too much, but if I am, I'm not putting it on a speaker. I'll put it on headphones. The thing I forgot at home was my headlamp. I have a headlamp for seeing at night. 3 modes, high, low, and red. I forgot it. I knew I was going to forget something, and that's what it turned out to be. So there's normally a headlamp in my electronics bag. But also I carry 3 extra batteries for it. And finally in my my electronic bag is I carry my glasses, because I can't see, I can't read without them. And night looking over my phone, looking over the videos that I recorded, I gotta have my glasses, so that goes in there. So the next thing is my emergency poncho. It's just, I actually carry it so if I'm camping and don't want to put the stuff in the tent, I can cover my backpack or cover something with one of them 50 cent or 100 cents. Yeah, 100 cents, a $1 disposable poncho, but it's I'll have rain gear here in the near future. I'll have actual rain gear for me. And then here's my medical pack. It's got Band-Aids, gauze, stuff for blisters, got some Neosporin, got some ibuprofen, some heartburn tabs. I have diabetes. It has a needle in here, a spare needle, and it also has glucose tablets just in case something goes wrong with there. But nothing, I'm not going to rip that apart and show you to you because it's a minimal medical kit. I'm not going to take a whole first aid kit. I have stuff that I can make tourniquet and stuff like that. So next thing, and this is one of the things I know I won't be taking on the AT, and I haven't used it yet. This is one of those optional items that I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to take it. It's a saw, processing tinder, firewood, little saw, Gerber, nice little saw, super light, fits in here, and I also have, because it came with the kit, clippers again for processing wood and tinder, lighting a fire. So again, I know this is an optional thing, and I know it's definitely not going to go with me on the AT. In conjunction with that, I also have my my fire kit. My fire kit includes super duper matches, thick lighter, a couple pieces of fat wood, and a ferro rod. And I know I'll be doing a video on starting a fire once it gets cold enough to have a fire. So, which I'm really looking forward to that, because I love a campfire, and I've been waiting to start a campfire from scratch or in the wild. You know what I'm saying? I just like a man with a stick and a knife starting a fire. So I'm looking forward to that. And then this is my tobacco pouch. I smoke a pipe. I have on and off for 30 some years. I quit smoking cigarettes, it'll be 7 years ago next week. I quit smoking cigarettes. I still enjoy a cigar, and I still enjoy a pipe. So yeah, I smoke pipes. So this is my tobacco pouch. Tobacco goes in here, lighter or matches or whatever I need goes in the side pocket, and then my pipe goes in there. And I don't carry it on me because I'm only going to be smoking a pipe at night in camp or in the morning in camp. I won't be doing it as I walk along, so no worry about be starting a fire with ashes or anything like that. So this goes in my pack. So moving on, we talked about, this is my substitute bag for food, the orange one here. Here's my my stove and my my pot and my utensils. I already showed these to you on a previous video, so I'm not going to get into much of that, but there it is. And then there's my cup for my my coffee or tea right there. And this is the stuff, besides my headlamp, that I carry in my bag. Now, this next few things are things I carry on me. My GoPro is normally on this. I don't carry a tripod. You're on a tripod today because I was wanting to do all like this, but my GoPro goes on here, and again, you see it's easy to carry, just like my tripod carry handle for my phone. It's nice, it's easy, but this this also features a clamp, so I can clamp it onto a branch, and it can act like a tripod, or I can clamp it to something low. I did that walking away shot you see in the opening thing. And I have a lot of different plans for different things I want to do. But this is in place of a tripod and in place of a handle. So I have selfie sticks and long poles and tripods and all that stuff for the GoPro. But I think I'm going to stick with this. And I think I'm going to stick with this even on the AT, because I said this is just three things in one right there. And this is very tough. This is an actual GoPro clamp, and it's pretty tough, and it's bendable, does all kinds of nice things. So this is usually in my hand, whether I'm recording or not. I also have the option of clipping it to my belt or clipping it to a pocket, so I don't actually have to hold it if I'm not recording anything at the time, or if I'm doing something and I want to have a free hand. I can also stick it in my pocket, but with the GoPro on there, it's a bit long, so this clamp comes in handy. So this is on me. I also carry my extra GoPro batteries on me. I have the battery that's in the camera now, plus I carry now 3 extras. Not so much for the day, but the next day and the third day, and I just have extra batteries. I had one die on me, and I had the batteries in the backpack, and I didn't feel like taking off the backpack, so that's why I switched to the phone. But moving forward, I'll be able to change the batteries without taking off my backpack, because I hate putting on my backpack. I love going backpacking, and I love that I'm getting it on, but it is such a process with bad shoulder and my back and fat. It's uncoordinated. It's a big process that I might show you today. I might not. So anyway, now I can try to streamline how many times I have to take my backpack off. When I reach camp, when I have to use my blue bag, and well, that's pretty much it. That's what I'm trying anyway. So, carry 3 GoPro batteries. I'm trying to stay in frame here. Wish my wife was here recording for me. Of course, safety goggles, always will have them in one form or another. Those are usually clipped here in a pocket. I showed you the tripod for the, or the hand, you know, the thing for the phone. Carry a bag of snacks. The big snack for backpackers is GORP, G-O-R-P, good old raisins and peanuts. But I loathe raisins with a passion, and I'm not a huge fan of peanuts. So I have cashews and cranberries, raisins. I got to think of a better analog, or what do they call it, anagram for it, because I'm not going to rock around and go, hey, gonna eat me some cack later. Cashews and cranberries. So if you have a better idea for cashews and cranberries than cack, please let me know. And then the final thing I carry is my knife. I put it on my belt. I have modified it so I have a dangler on my belt, and just your standard knife. I've used it once. It's really not a super necessary thing, but I'd rather carry it and not need it than need it and not have it. So, like I said, I've used it one time since I bought it, and that was cutting up chicken on one of the failed stealth camping videos. So, but I love this knife. It's a very nice knife, and I got my bear's knot things there to keep it from being all over the place. So this, a lot of stuff, backpack, and I'm going to attempt to show you how I put it in there. I don't know how good the camera angle is going to be, but I'm going to give it a shot. So give me a second here, get the backpack up here, and we'll go from there. So this is my backpack. I've showed it to you before. I never really talked about it too much, but it's an external frame backpack, which is an antique, from what I can find out from the backpacking community. I actually have another one, but I know this one, and so far I like it. I know my other one, my new one that I have, is lighter and doesn't have this big frame sticking out, but this big frame also will be able to attach things to it. So I don't know what's going on with the backpacking yet, but for right now I know this one, I know how it works, and I know it's set up already for me. So for right now I'm going to continue to use this one. When I use the new backpack, it'll be something probably close to home. Let's see how it works out. Who knows, maybe I'll love it more than this one. But for all my hiking experience, this one's worked out well. This is a Outdoor Products brand backpack. I don't even know if this company still exists or under that name. It's about 20 years old, and you can imagine if you go onto Google and search Outdoor Products, it's not a really specific name for a company, so it's kind of hard to find out information about it, whether they have other products. But this has traveled to Florida and back, moving several times in Florida, stuffed with all my old backpacking stuff, and it's still in pretty great shape. It's got, this is the flap for the top of it with a, I guess you call it a brain or whatever, but this is the top part of it with the top pocket. And there's where I put my medical kit in case I get injured. It's easy to get to. I also put my poncho in there, and sometimes I'll put another set of snacks in there. I just brought one bag of snacks to demonstrate the GAC, or GAC. So don't put too much in here because it's up top and you don't want too much weight at the very top. Again, I get that from watching different videos I've watched, and also it makes sense. The lower the weight, the lower the center of gravity, the more easier it is to manage everything. So I don't even know how many liters this bag is. They now have that all listed. Ooh, I forgot a piece of equipment, huh? I also have a Gerber tool that I carry. Again, over complicating things with carrying too much, but there that is. So anyway, this is the main chamber of the backpack. You see, it's pretty deep. It's got a seal on top. You cinch that up. I've got to do something silicone-y or whatever because they have a lot of drag on them because it's old. And then, of course, once it's full, you flop that over, and it's pretty well water resistant. I've never had anything leak into it. So at that point, start loading stuff in. So the very bottom, I would put my cordage because it's kind of heavy, with the bear bag, the bank line, those carabiners and whatnot. So that's everything in the bottom. That goes in the very bottom, and I would probably next put the saw, because I wouldn't be sawing any wood till I got to camp, and my fire kit. All those things go in the bottom. And then I would probably put my electronics. So I pack up my electronics bag. Put all this stuff in here. These are water sealed bags, or waterproof bags, or water resistant, whatever the expression was. This is pretty heavy. That's why this is going in the bottom. The mask. Feel free to make fun of me, but it's a necessity. And that or something like that will be going with me on the trail. And since I'm not actually hiking, I'm going to go ahead and throw my my batteries, my GoPro in there, so I know where they are when I get home. And then what you do is you squeeze out as much air as you can. You roll this down, and then you clamp it over. I don't know how the camera angle is. I hope you can see. You clip this, and that's pretty watertight. I mean, I guarantee it's not 100% waterproof, but It's good enough for in my backpack. I wouldn't throw this in a river. But then that goes there on the bottom as well. Next, I would start packing up my side pockets. The blue bag, I put over here. I have to be able to reach that quickly sometimes. And then, oh, I missed one thing. I didn't miss another thing that I wanted to show you. Put my gloves in here. And then I'd also carry a shmog. I watch a YouTuber, Dave Canterbury. He was on Dual Survival back in the early 2000s. And he has a little thing called the 10 C'S of Survivability. And it's something you want to look up. It's pretty neat. Again, I'm not a survivalist or a prepper or anything like that, but everything on there makes sense. Not just in your day-to-day life, but also backpacking. And one of them is cotton cloth. A lot of things can be done. This could be a sling. This could be a tourniquet. This could be a head wrap, face mask, hat, whatever. But I carry this because it just makes sense. And it's orange. So that goes on top of my gloves. And it does fit. Eventually. There we go. And now I'll turn this around and I'll do the other side of what I carry on the other side. At the very bottom, I put my compass and my whistle and my backup light. And it's probably where I'm going to have a folded up map of my area. Whether I get a topo map, an actual one, or if I download something and print it out. And that's also where I didn't show you what I carry also. I also carry a copy of my ID in case they need to find my body and identify me. I have a copy of my ID without actually having my driver's license on me to lose. So there's that. And then in the upper pocket here goes my my water purifier, Sawyer Squeeze. The squeeze bottle. Basically, it's an extra bottle in case I'm going through a lot of water and I need to carry yet another liter. And then a spare cap that fits on the Sawyer Squeeze and my water bottles. Saw that with one of the YouTubers that I watch, and I recommend having an extra cap. So there's that. And then right in here goes my what will eventually be my dirty water bottle. I'll go in there whenever I fill up on water. I'll filter out a bottle, drink it, make sure it's full again of clean water, and then I'll fill up this bottle with dirty water. That way if I drink through all that and I want to cook or want some more water, whatever, I got a bottle of water. I just need to filter it with that filter. So that's all the side pockets. Next, I would put in my cook kit, closer to the top, yet not at the very top. And I guess I could have put my spare clothes at the very bottom, but they're a little bit lighter than those other bags. So I stick this here, and then I would go with my sleeping bag. And I don't roll up my sleeping bag. A couple of reasons. One, it compresses it, and I'll be getting a new sleeping bag before too long. This is late spring, early fall, even summertime. It's very light. But if you wrap it up and keep it in a sack, or you keep it in a compression bag, it loses its loft, and the loft is what traps the body heat and keeps you warm. So I read a recommendation that you just shove it in. Fit it anywhere you can in your backpack. You see it compresses down, but you're not compressing the same parts every time. And the loft is less likely to be lost out of it. So I don't store my sleeping bags wrapped up anymore. I have another one home. Again, same thickness, so I still need a new one. But I don't keep it stored up because it kills sleeping bags, or it creates little places where there's no insulation. Man, there's just a cold spot. So then that just leaves a food bag on top. Just because it's time to stop for lunch, you put a sandwich in there for the first day or whatever like that. Food's on top. It's not getting crushed. It's not getting smushed. It's right there on top. And I believe that's everything that goes inside the bag. I guess I can put my tobacco bag in there too. I was also considering putting it on top, but it's not that delicate. So we can just fit right in there. And then we will, again, I need to do something with this because it's really rough. You can tell it's not frayed, it's still in good condition, but it doesn't slide as easily. So I think I need some silicone spray on this cinching rope. I'm not going out right now, so I'll just cinch it up as best I can. And this swaps over like this. The next part is my tent. And the way it was explained to me is you shouldn't fold your tent. Your tent, if you fold it a certain way, it's going to develop creases, and then with UV light and just general wear and tear, eventually that seam's either going to first become non-waterproof because you're constantly creasing it in the same place, and two, it's eventually going to develop holes, and it's definitely not waterproof. So what I saw on a couple different videos is to ball it up differently every time, and that's what I've been doing. And your tent's tough. It can take it. It's meant to withstand the elements and keep bugs and everything out. So I think I'll put this down. And this is normally how I do it anyway. I take my tent and I just start shoving it in. There's nothing sharp there. I always make sure that the tent's empty. And when I come home from a camping trip, I always open it up and let it dry out. So it's not going to, excuse me, develop any mildew or mold or anything like that. And you keep working it in, keep working it in. Eventually that air will work its way out. And I got the cords, the tie-down cords, they work their way in there. And the tent's in there. And I even have room for my ground cloth. That goes in on top because I lay that down first. And when I'm packing, not only is it the weight an issue, but also order of operation. I don't need the ground cloth before the tent, so there's no sense having the tent in front of the ground cloth. So I'll work this closed. These zippers, I think you're going to need silicone as well, or waxed, or whatever it's called. And that little pocket at the bottom holds my tent and ground cloth. Ooh, forgot. Also holds all my tent bags. This little mesh bag right here, a little mesh pocket. That's where my tent bags go. So it's all in one area, so I can get into other stuff without having to dig through my tent or move my tent around or wonder if anything fell. And when my tent's only going in once and out once a day. So, and like I said, this is plenty of room. I'm not really struggling because that the zippers are just dry. So there's my tent. So while it's laying here, I will also, there's my tent bag. You don't need that. I will also strap on my extra large, my super duper, my wonderfully comfortable sleeping mat. And I need new straps. The Velcro is pretty well de-strapped from that. But to compensate for that right now, I'm just using kind of a crisscross pattern. wish I could do a smaller pad. I wish because this is the bulk of my weight, is my sleeping pad. But I right now don't have any other option for my size and my comfort level. So that didn't really work out well. I'm getting new straps for that anyway. So, and then the only thing I haven't figured out how to pack, because I haven't taken it with me yet, is this pad, this sit pad. We're just going to ignore that my sleeping pad fell off the bottom, because it's only make-believe. So I thought it would fit down here, but I'm probably going to have to end up putting it inside the pack. But there it is, my backpack, and all the stuff that you saw on the table fits in my backpack comfortably. And to be honest, there's still a ton of room in there for more stuff, but I don't want to take more stuff. I want to take less stuff. But right now, I don't know what I'm going to need. It's more of a problem with my skill level than it is my my wants and desires. Because I know I can make a fire out of a bow drill and some pieces of wood, but I know people can. I just don't know if I can yet. So right now I take too much stuff for that just in case. Like, that's why I'm carrying 3 liters of water, because just in case. So that's it. This stuff goes in my pocket, and this stuff I'm going to figure out. But Kate, thank you for the suggestion for the video. I hope I explained everything adequately and presented it in a nice way. If you like what you see, please hit that like button below, and if you want to follow along on me getting ready to hike the Appalachian Trail in 2024 at the age of 55, I'm documenting my preparations physically, mentally, and knowledge-wise, and I'd like you to follow along if you could. Give me suggestions, give me critiques. I want to give myself the best opportunity to do this comfortably and as little time as possible, because there's only so many months you can hike the Appalachian Trail, and I have a feeling I'm going to use them all a little bit more. But I hope you'll join me for the continuation of this journey, and like I said, I hope to hear from you down in the comments below. More videos will be coming out on a little more regular of a basis. Getting to be the end of summer coming up, and there should be more opportunities for me to get out and practice some stuff and get some miles on my heels and go from there. So once again, I thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Take care.